All right, Miss Parfitt. Over the weekend, you must have been proud as anyone would be. You were at the gymnastics international classic going on, watching your daughter compete. And obviously, she was doing you very, very proudly. What was that emotion like watching her, and then to get news from all the way from England?
Wow, it's like the moment to actually relive that moment again is one that I would love to just relive every day, because to watch my daughter, I mean to actually um, compete at that level, and she showed so much confidence as she was actually carrying out the events. And it's nerve wracking for all parents of gymnasts, because basically they have one shot at basically going about to display their skills on these various events. And I'm sitting there and I'm just watching her, and I was just feeling, really, I was feeling good about that moment at the time, because she had done so well, and I was just sitting there just waiting, because I did not know the results of the international and the overseas teams. But not only was I sitting there, nervous, but I actually glanced up at the clock, because I realized that, okay, my son Jair, he should have finished his game in England against Reading. And the night before, he called, and he was really, really nervous because he had been out, with a few injuries, and and he basically wanted to go into this game to not only prove to himself but to his coaches that he can basically continue with the job that they've given him. And it was amazing, because it all happened around the same time. I was sitting there, and he tapped me, and he was saying, "Mom, I scored a hat trick." And then I'm sitting there like maybe 5 minutes later, and I'm hearing the judges award my daughter the first place medals in her events. It was thrilling. It was a thrilling moment for me. My children definitely lifted me this entire weekend, and I totally felt like the proudest mom ever.
Now, what does your daughter plan to do in the near future? I mean, she put on such a display on Saturday.
Well, she's actually been in gymnastics since the age of 4, and now that she's getting older, she's actually exploring a bit of dance, and she dances actually with emotion. It's going to be quite interesting to see, what she actually does in the near future, as far as how she actually blends the both of these, I guess, hobbies that she actually has. But luckily they complement each other, and if she had her way, she will continue to be the best gymnast ever, and she'll also continue to dance. So because she's 9, I'm actually going to just allow her to make the decision that she wants to. I kind of learned a little lesson from Jair, and that was he only did soccer. He only played football. He didn't do anything else. That was his whole life, and everything else revolved around it. But Tiesha's a little different. She kind of likes both, and I'm trying to let her just enjoy both sports, and at this time, she's showing such good skill in both of them. So I'm just gonna continue to support her, because through my experience with Jair, I can really see how the support of parents and of something of interest actually can provide and offer such good opportunities for children. So at this point, I am just going to support Tiaja, and hopefully she will continue to be the best gymnast, dancer she can be, and just allow her to just enjoy it without, putting any pressure, because this sport alone is enough pressure, but I just support her. Dance, I think, is more of an enjoyable sport for her, because I think gymnastics brings so much pressure, especially when you're competing in front of, people who you don't know and they're sitting so close to you. At this point, I just want to continue to just support her and allow her to make the decision. It's funny, because she actually made a comment the other day telling me that, Mom, If Bermuda ever makes it to the Olympics, I hope I can be in the Olympics, not only to be a dancer, but to be a gymnast as well. So she kind of, at this point, at 9 years old, I don't think she's ready to choose which one she wants to do and continue to do, seriously.
And obviously for Jair, having to let your son go at such a young age, and now seeing him develop into the man he is, what was that time like, letting him go and just you experiencing his success along the road?
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think I've let him go because every time he leaves me, it feels like the very first time. I still have and, express the same emotions of tears of, and I in my heart, it's hard. It's difficult, but I, I encourage all parents who basically want this opportunity for their children. It's like, give it to them, but it's a difficult journey as a parent because you pretty much have to lean on the morals and the values that you've instilled in them at such a young age, and you just have to pray that they fall on these guidelines and these morals and values to be the best person that they can be. And I've always told Jair, I said, Jair, I don't care what you become or how big you become or how famous you become. The only way that you can repay me in any way is being someone of good character, someone of good morals, and someone who lives by good values. But as far as letting go, it's hard. I haven't let go. I try to, we communicate every single day, every night before he goes to sleep, or every other night. I try to, even if it's something good night, because it's so busy, and I just try to just show support from a distance. But it's been an interesting journey, and Jair pretty much has been on his own from the age of 14, and I would have never thought from him being a young child that at 14 years old, my son would have been living such an independent life, but it's something that he's always desired. And I think because I've seen that through his eyes, I've seen that through his this determination and his commitment, it's encouraged me to just allow him to just have this opportunity and not hinder it and have any regrets for him later, because at the end of the day, it's one shot. You have one shot of something like this, and you just pretty much have to allow them to just be who they are, and just basically continue to, thrive and do their best, because, the life he's living now is something I can't relate to, but I try to understand him, and that's probably the most difficult challenge as a mother, is trying to understand a lot of the emotions and a lot of the mood swings he goes through. It's like my role as his mom has changed a bit more, but that's only because I'm trying to just understand some of the pressures and situations that he's facing, So, no, I haven't let go, and I won't ever let go of my son, but I will just continue to support him.